One bit of life advice I would actually give is that you don't have to always have your passion be your work. Hi, Out of Style. My name is Colleen Darnell. I'm originally from St. Louis, but I live in Connecticut now with my husband. We are both Egyptologists, and I spend a lot of my time writing books and reading hieroglyphs. And I also teach hieroglyphs and Egyptology in Zoom classes. Today, I'm wearing head to toe 1960s. So a wool felt 1960s hat. I love the little mushroom style. My dress is actually a kimono jacket made in the 1960s, showing such a beautiful fusion of Eastern and Western styles. Underneath, I have a 1960s style bikini from Pride Swim out of Australia, and then 1960s go-go boots, matching leather gloves, and some really fun Bakelite lucite jewelry. And the purse is the one thing that's probably a decade earlier. It's probably 1950s and it's lucite. My vintage style is inspired from an overall love of fashion, time traveling, and also this is something I do with my husband. We love to do vintage together, and it's so much more fun when we can put together different styles. Today, I'm wearing 1960s and he's wearing 1930s, and it's so cool to see how fashion history can really repeat itself over the decades, so that the 70s might look back to the 30s or the 80s back to the 40s. My style tip would be adventurous about decades. Obviously, the older you go, 1920s, Edwardian, even 1930s, there can be issues with the integrities of the fabric. But there are dresses from those decades that are very wearable and in all sorts of styles. So I would say, even if you're a little hesitant about the early fashion, maybe just one or two pieces to mix into your wardrobe. I've been very fortunate that the passion I've had as a child for ancient Egypt, I've been able to pursue. But one bit of life advice I would actually give is that you don't have to always have your passion be your work. Because I think sometimes, and this hasn't been true for me, and I'm very fortunate about that, but I have seen this occasionally where once you turn your passion into your job, it becomes your job. So I think for people to understand that learning you can always do by reading books, going to libraries, seeing museums. So you don't have to always take a college class in something in order to explore and learn. I'm constantly learning about new topics just by reading and visiting museums or watching movies and getting inspired about the real basis for, say, a historical movie or based off of a work of literature. So I think admitting that it's okay sometimes to have a day job and then pursue your passion. And I think with vintage fashion, that can be awesome because your hobby can be something that you can incorporate into your day-to-day life. One of my favorite aspects of ancient Egyptian fashion is how simple the garments were in their origin. They could just be a rectangular piece of cloth, and through wrapping, through drapery, and then obviously very colorful accessories, become something that you could see in the modern world. There was a lot of looking back to ancient Egyptian fashion in the 1920s, and a few more modern designers have played off of ancient Egyptian designs. But for me, it's about seeing the creativity of the construction, even when you don't have garments that have sewn on sleeves or seamed and tailored. And that, I think, is exciting. I'm Colleen Darnell, and thank you for stepping out of style with me. And I hope that this inspires you to go out and find the vintage style that most matches who you are.